niyo po, malaking network na ito eh. 58 stations nationwide. Makikita niyo po, malaki ang pera na ginugugol para i-develop yung stations na yan. Out of the 58, 30 na yung operating. Yung iba po in the process pa ng to be operated. Nationwide po. At ang tao po ang mawawala ng trabaho doon, masyadong malaki. Ang pag-develop na ng substance o content, malaki rin yung ginugugol po dyan. No? At ibagitin ko lang po na ito yung stasyon na nag-sponsor po ng presidential debates na pinuntahan po ng ating Pangulo. Doon po sa Okada po. At ako po isang panelist doon. So,
ang karapatan mo ay na isang tabi. Ang magtatanggol sa'yo, Commission on Human Rights. Pagka pinagbawalan ka na sa iyong freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of expression, palagay ko ang magtatanggol ay human rights. Tama po ba? Sir, kayo po, baka meron po kayong gustong ipahayag. Makikinig po kami.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Magandang umaga po to the Honorable Chair of this STEM Committee, Senator Robin Hood Padilla, the Honorable Members of the Committee of the Public Information and Mass Media, fellow public servants, distinguished guests. Magandang umaga po muli sa ating lahat. The Commission on Human Rights would like to emphasize the significance of freedom of expression. Freedom of expression is not just a fundamental human rights. It is the lifeblood that nourishes healthy and vibrant societies. It encompasses the right to information, which allows for individuals to independently form opinions and ideas crucial for a democratic society. Media freedom is an integral part of the right to freedom of expression. It enables the public to seek and receive information and ideas, make well-informed choices in all areas of life, form political, economic, social, to cultural ones, participate in public affairs, and positively contribute to the well-being of society. The right to freedom of expression and media freedom is protected under Article 19 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and the International Covenant on the Civil and Political Rights. It requires that states guarantee everyone the right to freedom of expression, which includes the freedom to seek, receive, and impart information and ideas of all kinds, regardless of frontiers, either orally, in writing, in print, in the form of art, or through any other media of his choice. As such, the freedom of expression encompasses on one hand the right of the public to receive a wide variety of information provided by the media, and on the other hand, the journalist's right to seek and convey information as well as access information on public affairs. Not only international instruments protect and guarantee the rights of freedom of speech, expression, and of the press. More importantly, the own Constitution of the Republic of the Philippines, under Article 3, Section 4, guarantee these rights. It states that there shall be no law. No law shall be passed abridging the rights of free speech, expression, and of the press. To end this statement, Mr. Chair, I would like to quote the general comments of the United Nations Human Rights Committee. And it states, freedom of opinion and freedom of expression are indispensable conditions for the full development of the person. They are essential for any society. They constitute the foundation stone for every free and democratic society. The two freedoms are closely related, with freedom of expression providing the vehicle for the exchange and development of opinions. Freedom of expression is a necessary condition for the realization of the principles of transparency and accountability that are in turn essential for the promotion and protection of human rights. Among the other articles that contain guarantees of freedom of opinion and or expression are other articles under the International Covenant on the Civil and Political Rights, and this involves the right to privacy, right to religion, right to suffrage, and several other rights. The freedoms of opinion and expressions form basis for the full enjoyment of wide range of other human rights. And this, as I said, the freedom of expression is integral to the enjoyment of the rights of freedom of assembly, among others, and association, and the exercise of the right to vote. End quote, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
Freedom of expression, freedom of speech. Tama po ba?
Tama po, Your Honor.
Maraming salamat po. Atin naman pong pakinggan ang posisyon po ng Sunshine Media Network International. Sir, ang akin pong hindi ko po nakakalimutan yung guesting ko sa inyo, sir. Nakamotor ako. Sabi niyo sa akin, mag-iingat na, baka malaglag ka dyan. Sir, Mr. J. Sonsa, sir.
Salamat po, Mr. Senator, Mr. Chairman, distinguished members of the Committee on Public Information and Mass Media. At the onset, allow us to thank you for giving us the opportunity to freely address the representatives of the Filipino nation and duly elected public servants. Kami po sa Suara Sug Media Corporation with business name Sunshine Media Network International o SMNI ay isa pong kumpanya na duly registered sa ating republika at binigyan ng state franchise ng Kongreso at nilagdaan ng Pangulo. Ganun din po ng certificate of o ng permiso ng National Telecommunications upang magsaimpapawid dito po sa ating bansa. Lamang ay nagulumihan po kami na isang araw bigla na lamang nagkaroon ng isang kautusan na kami po ay pinagbabawalan na magsaimpapawid. Ang feeling ko namin nung matanggap namin ito, parang napaka-whimsical at capricious ng kautusan ng NTC, gawa ng wala naman kaming natanggap na pasubali na meron kaming hinaharap na kasong administratibo kaya o technical na kami lumabag sa aming CPC, Certificate of Public Convenience. NTC, without consideration of the constitutionally guaranteed equal protection and due process, initially suspended the network from going on the air on its assigned radio and television frequencies for a period of 30 days, simply based on a demand of a lady party list representative. Not content with this, NTC, instead of providing the network the opportunity of fair play, issued a cease and desist order for an indefinite suspension solely upon the prodding of some congressional district and party list representatives. NTC cited the House resolution calling for the suspension of the CPC, anchored principally on 4 allegations of violations of the state franchise and 1 violation of a previously issued suspension order. Mr. Chairman, we maintain our stand that we are not in violation of our state franchise and of the Republic or under Republic Act 11422, which is cited as the basis of the NTC's indefinite suspension. While the 4 cited reasons are better addressed in detail by Senate in a proper committee hearing, which may be called for the purpose, allow me to mention in passing the following. Dito nagkaroon, Mr. Chairman, ng kontrobersya. Ang isa pong binabanggit nila, ang SMNI daw ay naging daan para sa red tagging. Bibigyan mo natin ng historical perspective yung salitang red tagging. Yung pong mga pagre-red tag o pagtawag na front organization, yung Kabataan Party List, yung Gabriela, yung ACT o Alliance of Concerned Teachers, ay hindi po nanggaling sa media. Ang mismo yung nagyabang nito ay walang iba kundi ang founding chairman ng CPP-NPA-NDF, si Professor Jose Maria Sison, na dating tinitingala po namin bilang mga aktivista ng araw. Ang sabi niya, na-available naman po ito sa worldwide net na pwedeng i-download ng ating secretariat. Sabi niya, itong mga Makabayan Black Party List na ito ay mga legal front organization namin sa CPP-NPA, which by the way, Mr. Chairman, was designated by the Anti-Terrorism Council as Communist Terrorist Group. So hindi ko kami ang nagbansag na sila ay kaibigan, kaanib o kabalikat ng CPP-NPA. Mismo si Mr. Sison ang nagsabi noon. Kaya kung nababanggit sa mga balita na sila ay front organization, it is only in deference to the pronouncement made by the founding chairman himself that this Makabayan Black Party List are theirs. So, maingat po kami doon. Kaya nga palagi namin sinasabi na designated communist terrorist group. base ho yan sa mismong gobyerno na nagatas na itong mga grupong ito. In fact, 2 days ago lang, Mr. Chairman, ay inulit ng Anti-Terrorism Council na sila po ay communist terrorist group. So, hindi po namin mawari bakit kami tinatawag na ang aming kasalanan ng red tag. Kasi, katunayan, kung susundin natin ang lituntunin ng broadcast, nandito naman yung mga taga-KBP, dapat yung mga kalaban ng Estado hindi na in-interview. Pero yung mga traditional mainstream media, ang mga yung nag-i-interview kay Mr. Sison at iba pang mga pinuno ng CPP-NPA. So, malayo po sa katotohanan ng SMNI ay nagre-red tag. Pangalawa, napaka-convenient po kasi ng sawaging red tagging para lang mahinto yung pagbabansag sa kanila na front organization. Pangalawang dinadahilan po ng NTC, base doon sa request ng House, kami raw ay nagpapalaganap ng fake news. Apat po yung binanggit nila. Pangalawa, yung fake news. Ako po maglilimampung taon na sa industriya ng pamamayag. At ako rin po ay nagturo. Wala po akong natatandaan na salitang fake news. Katunayan ng fake news, Mr. Chairman, ay isang media jargon na kinuha ng mga PR specialists para pagka meron silang kliyente na nasasangkot sa kontrobersya, halimbawa corruption, o pambababae, o panlalalaki, ang mabilis na sasabihin, huwag niyo intindihin yan, fake news yan. Pero ang totoo niyan, sa larangan ng pagbabalita, ito lang ho alam ko, sa tagal ko sa industriya, breaking news. Yung kapuputok lang ng balita, yun ang breaking news. Ngayon, kung ikaw radyo, television, meron kang news, sasabihin mo, ito yung breaking news. Kapapasok na balita, si ganito, si ganyan. Ang tabayan namin detalye. Tapos, meron din pong developing stories, kung tawagin. Ito po yung habang tumatakbo yung storya na ibabalita ninyo. So makatulad, hindi nakukumpleto pa yung storya dahil developing, nasusunog sa NEIA, ganito, ganyan. Pangatlo, meron ng pong tinatawag na featured stories. Sa prito, may binabanner yan, may headline, may mga binabox na storya. So, yan ho ay, at saka yung regular news item. In other words, simpleng storya. Yan ho ang klase ng mga balita. Wala hong fake news. Ulitin ko, Mr. Chairman, fake news is a media jargon coined by PR specialists and crisis managers to parry prying newsmen on controversies or controversial issues involving scandals. SMNI aired a standard question. Nagsimula ko kasi ito nung magtanong yung isang anchor namin na, uy, totoo ba na 1.8 billion yung traveling expenses ng Kongreso, ng Speaker? Nagtanong po, how easy for the Public Information Office of Congress to have corrected us, no? Ay, hindi po tama yan. Hindi po 1.8, 2.66 million po. Mali po kayo, mababa yung nakuha ng information. Tapos na yung story sana doon. Katunayan, nung naghihiring po sa mababang kapulungan, sinabi nila, hindi totoo yan. 39 lang ang nagagastos namin. So makatuwid, mahigit pa po sa 2 bilyon yung nawawala. Na hindi na-account hanggang ngayon. Ngayon, inaakusahan nila na ang SMNI ay espousing fake news. Sinampahan pa ho ng kaso yung isang anchor namin na dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte on the basis of spreading fake news, which by the way was dismissed by the prosecutor. Now, ang tingin nga ho namin, if this was the anchor or the predicate of the suspension order for SMNI, dapat sana pagka-dismiss ito ng prosecutor, without, hindi naman namin pinapangunahan yung legal department ng NTC, dapat nilip na nila yung suspension namin. Pero hindi ho Nagtuloy-tuloy po na yung dating 30 days, naging indefinite na. Samantalang yung nag-aakusa ng fake news, na-dismiss nga yung kanyang kaso. The same complaint was dismissed by the prosecutor. May dalawa pa hong sinasabi silang dahilan kung bakit kami sinuspindi, which can better be explained by our legal department, no? Si Atty. Suplico, isang veterano na mambabatas at matagal na nagpa-practice ng broadcast, anong tawag nito, sa mga prangkisa, sapagkat siya ay sa rin pong may background sa electronics communications engineering. Hindi kaila po yan. At si Attorney Mark Tolentino na isa rin pong professor ng batas, no? Professor of Laws in the academe and an active court litigator. Maraming salamat po, Mr. Chairman.
Maraming salamat po, Kajay. Napakaganda po ng inyong pagpapaliwanag. Maganda po yun, breaking news.
Developing story.
Developing story.
Featured stories.
Featured story.
At saka yung regular news items po.
Ibig sabihin nyo po yung progression ng balita.
Yun po.
There is no such thing as fake news.
Kasi
Lahat ng balita, kukunin muna yan, tapos ganun po ba yun?
sa totoo po, ako yung nag-practice din ng crisis management.
Opo.
Yun yung ina-advise namin sa kliyente namin pagka may scandal. Sabihin mo fake news para tapos ang storya. Kasi pag nagpaliwanag ka, alam nyo na, maurirat po yung mga newsman. Pero pag sinabi ng fake news, pati sila hindi lang naintindihan yun. Dahil wala naman yung fake news talaga yun.
Salamat po, Kajay.
Opo.
Binanggit po kayo, sir, patuhay ko po pa kayong congressman o attorney, boss.
Okay na lang po.
Attorney,
ganun.
opo, attorney.
Supreme po.
Nabanggit po kayo ni Kajay, pwede po kayong magbigay ng pahayag.
Well, ako po nag-umpisa ng aking practice dyan sa NTC nung panahon pa ako ng mga pagers.
Okay.
Wala na ngayon yun pag pupunta. Oo. Info page, power page, pocket bell. So, easy call. Pero hindi ko kliyente yung easy call. Kliyente ko yung power page, info page, saka iba pa, no? Doon nag-umpisa yung practice ko po sa NTC. So, hindi naman namin nakalain po na magkakaroon ng development ng cellphone. wala sa isipan namin. So ngayon po, nagugulat lang kami na itong sitwasyon ngayon, nag-develop ng ganito. Alam niyo po, malaking network na ito 58 stations nationwide. Makikita niyo po, malaki ang pera na ginugugol para i-develop yung stations na yan. Out of the 58, 30 na yung operating. Yung iba po in the process pa ng to be operated. Nationwide po. At ang tao pong mawawala ng trabaho doon, masyadong malaki. Ang pag-develop na ng substance o content, malaki rin yung ginugugol po dyan. No? At ibanggitin ko lang po na ito yung stasyon na nag-sponsor po ng presidential debates na pinuntahan po ng ating Pangulo. Doon po sa Okada po. At ako po isang panelist doon. So, nung nangyari pong pagsara, nabigla ko kami kasi akala ko po merong due process clause yung ating saligang batas. Ang due process clause po ay nakikita po yan sa section 1, Article 3, Bill of Rights. Unang-una po yan. Lahat po na provisions ng Bill of Rights, sumusunod po doon sa Article 1. Nakalagay po yan, no person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor shall anyone be denied the equal protection of the laws. Nung bumagsak po sa amin yung suspension order, yung 30 days, wala po kaming kamalay-malay. Nung bumagsak po yung indefinite suspension order, wala rin po kaming kamalay-malay. So, ano ba ibig sabihin ng due process clause? Simple lang fair play. Fair play lang po. Wala na po. Yun ang pagkaintindi po ng taong lumalakad sa kali ng ordinaryong tao. Ano bang due process clause? Mahirap i-explain Dalawang salita, fair play. So kami ba ang karoon ng fair play dito? Parang wala po Wala po kaming fair play dito. In fact, pati yung sinabi nila na nag-operate daw doon sa Rojas City, yung isang stasyon namin na sinaranan namin para po mag-comply doon sa 30-day suspension order. Nag-operate daw, hindi namin nakita we were never made to confront the evidence against us. Pati lang po yung ito po, no? Yung kaso po complainant yung NTC. Ngayon ako nakakita po na sa kanilang tribuna, sila po complainant. Mahirap po yung wala. Oo. Nangyari nga may pre-hearing conference. Alam niyo yung pre-hearing conference nung tinawag ng isang araw? Katulad po yan ng pre-trial conference. Ang abogado po hindi basta-basta pupunta doon. Kailangan po represented kayo. Kailangan meron kayong special power of attorney na bit-bit. Kasi among others, baka pwedeng arigluhin. Baka pwedeng i-limit yung issues. Baka pwede pong i-limit ang number of witnesses. Nakakatawa ko, pero absent sila sa kanilang tribuna. Ang NTC po, complainant sa sariling tribuna, absent din siya sa pre-hearing conference. Parang lahat na rules ng NTC ito tinapon na sa bintana Hindi ito ang NTC na kung saan ako nag-umpisa ng practice, Mr. Senator. Iba na. No? Sana po alalahanin nila yung kanilang sinumpaan na dapat pag pumasok po ang isang kawani ng gobyerno, ay nagsusumpa po yan. Lahat po yan. No? Mula presidente hanggang ordinaryong janitor na to protect and defend the Constitution and give every man his due. Karamdam ko po hindi po ito na naalala ng commissioner at sa kanyang dalawang deputies. No? At nalulungkot po ako na 91 pa ako doon nag-practice eh. 1991, 89 bar po ako. Ngayon ko lang nakita ng NTCI yung kanyang rules tinapon na sa bintana. Maraming salamat po, Senator.
Maraming salamat po, Congressman. Maraming salamat po. Nabanggit din po kayo ni
Yes,
Katjay.
Mr. Senator. Like also in addition to Attorney Rolex Suplico, i-explain ko sana po yung timeline sa nangyari ng SMNI. Yung NTC po nag-issue ng 30-day suspension last December 19, 2023. Ang basis ng NTC is only a mere resolution from the House of Representatives. Hindi ka tayo binigyan ng pagkakataon na magpaliwanag. It's just a mere resolution from the House of Representatives. So, ang ginagawa ng SMNI, nag-file po tayo ng certiorari petition sa Court of Appeals. But of course, the CA denied it on the ground that hindi daw kami nag-file ng MR sa NTC.